Hey there, welcome to another edition of Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. It is I, DJ Impact, here with Sin City Steve. And this is our 3 counts, but we're going to do things a little different for this show. First off, let me welcome everyone. If you're watching us live, make sure you put all your comments into the box, the chat box. It could be Twitch, it can be YouTube, it could be Facebook. Just throw it in there, and let's have fun with tonight's topic. And we're going to get right into it. This topic has most to do with what we seen happen this past week on Friday Night SmackDown. And as most of you or everyone who's a wrestling fan or not should know, we now have The Rock putting to the picture and going face to face with Roman Reigns. This allowed me for a minute, Sin City, and just to kind of and
oh yeah, trust me, I really want to hear what you have to say.
And you're talking, this is coming from a guy, first off, who loves the WWE, okay, who is a fan of Roman Reigns, who is a fan of The Rock, who is a fan of Cody and a fan of Seth. Big fans. If they're on my TV, they got my attention. But let's look at how a lot of this started here. All right. When Mania happened last year and Cody lost to Roman Reigns, most of the AEW guys were pissed off and upset. Sin City Steve, most of y'all were just living, okay, about that. I, on the other hand, was like, okay, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I'm sold on that. I don't think Cody should have just walked right in and just all of a sudden walk out with the title. I mean, come on, that doesn't make any sense. I'm actually okay with that. And after that happened, it's been all about, well, Cody is now going to just work himself back into that position. And I've been excited to watch that because it's been, from the time he had that torn pec that he still wrestled in, which is showing how he wants to be in this match, right? So I'm excited for this. And as a fan, as a person who purchased a night 2 ticket for WrestleMania with anticipation of watching this match. Okay. I got to tell you, I didn't think it was going to happen with The Rock coming in. And let me tell you why. To me, it just didn't make sense. Well, why doesn't it make sense? Impact, The Rock is a huge name. He's going to bring in everybody. He is, this is the megastar. Okay. I understand that. I get that. Okay. But it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make any sense for this to be a title match, for starters, because if it was a title match, Roman wins. It doesn't matter how we sit and enjoy the matches and it's put together and we have fun and it's great. We still know the outcome. When we watch these matches, we want to believe that there's going to be a different outcome. But most people who watched that Cody match thought that Cody was actually going to beat Roman. So it was great when everyone got shocked on that. This is no shock if this is a title match. Now, if this is a match that's going for the whole title of head of the table, we're just, in terms of you wanting to hold that title and there's no belt. Okay, well, I get that. I can roll with that. But how can your champion be in a match with the title not being up for grabs? I mean, how can you have a match where he not have that title up? That's number one. Okay. And then number two, the other part I don't understand is, how does The Rock be a part of something where, okay, he takes the title of head of table on a main event, but so what? I, so what? I mean, if you're gonna take that, put that on something else. Put that on SummerSlam. Put that on some other event you want to PLE you want to hold. That does not, to me, that doesn't have the same enthusiasm. It doesn't have the same magnitude for Cody and Roman to be fighting. It just don't. And you're talking to the biggest fan of WWE you could possibly have. I am going, when the Rock's music come out, yes, I will be excited. Okay. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I like The Rock. I'm not one of these people, oh, Rock, so he shouldn't be doing that. Oh, I'm not, no. This match actually should be happening, just not at Mania.
Or for the title.
Yeah. Dude, come on. You guys have been knocking these storylines out of the park left and right. I mean, batting, what is it in MLB? Is it batting 1,000%?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. You've been batting 1,000 as far as I'm concerned. And when I saw this, now granted, I've been hearing a lot of things hearing why it had to happen. CM Punk now that he's being injured, can't go against Seth. Okay, I hear you. Our other guy that comes on, Travis, I heard him say that Alpha from the Wild Samoans is, I guess, health is declining, and apparently they really want to rush. More likely they're going to have him a part of it. I can respect that, and I get that. But my point stay the same in terms of, did it still have to be at Mania? Why couldn't that be something else that could have been built, towards maybe right after, maybe WrestleMania Backlash? It'll be great that if Roman lost the belt, now next he gets to lose his title of where he's at in the family structure. That would have been a great back-to-back. Now it's all downhill for Roman. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it would be, I don't know. I don't know why it was almost as like, okay, we have no choice. We just got to do it. And I know most fans are going to be, most will be excited, WWE fans, because again, how are you going to not be excited about The Rock? And now this is a storyline we've been asking for I don't know, since Roman has popped up being champion.
Since the entire head of the table thing.
Right.
Everybody knew that it was going to come to this conclusion point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why now?
It's crazy, dude.
And and again, that's me. I'll let you talk now. Your perspective as an AEW. You heard mine. Listen, I know Matt Michaels. Let's be fair. Can I find his quote that I know you ripped him a new one after he said it, but if I could just find where in our chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Find that and definitely bring it back. So
go ahead.
My thing is this. By doing this renders the Royal Rumble completely worthless. This delegitimizes the Royal Rumble because at the end of the day, the thing with the Rumble since day fucking one was the winner gets the title match. Okay. And now that's not a thing anymore. Because why? Oh, well, there's the possibility of somebody else showing up and finishing their story if we're going to use that particular nomenclature.
Right.
So here's the thing that was pointed out to me by American Bam Bam from the chat and from several people. So Roman has to hold the title until September. in order to eclipse Hogan's record.
Okay.
So realistically, we're going to be dealing with this probably for another year. It's probably going to be Cody winning the title finally at the Vegas WrestleMania in 2025. As much as I hate to say it, because ultimately,
I'll tell you this, Cincy, even if the match, I'll be honest with you, even if Roman and going, I guess putting it in that manner, yeah, I guess you have to wait. I guess you have to wait for Vegas. But what I was about to say, my first thought was, even if they had a match at Mania, Cody and Roman, and even if somehow Cody still for a second time didn't finish the story, and it went to a final and last time for WrestleMania, I would even be okay with that. And one of the reasons why I say I would is because, once again, I'm going into this match expecting a Cody win. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't have the expectation of just knowing Roman's going to win. With The Rock in the equation, I automatically know Roman's going to win.
right.
You know what I mean? I like to suspend disbelief is what we say. And that's what I like to do.
Not if you listen to the reports from Fightful, by the way.
Okay, what are they saying?
Those that Fightful Select spoke to said that The Rock had not only pushed to work the match against Roman Reigns, some thought he was even pushing to win the match.
Okay, so is Rock going to be putting in work for the next 3 to 6 months? I doubt it.
Nope. Nope. Follow the Roman Reigns playbook. The guy only has to show up once a month, has to wrestle less than one match per month, and he can be your vanity champion. And especially since he was just named to the board of directors, he's technically the boss.
Right.
So for everyone that, chose to give Hogan shit and everybody else shit who had creative control and put themselves on top, literally we're a week into this Rock on the board of directors thing, and he's already inserted himself into the main event of WrestleMania.
Well, the only thing I would say about that, and although I will agree with that, they did tease that when he came out and made that comment, and that was before he was on the board.
Right.
So now that you do that, you can't really ignore it and not go with it. So I'll give that a pass. But yeah, I would agree with that as well. That you shouldn't have that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and to say that the backlash, no pun intended, has been insane is an understatement. We want Cody trended on X all day today and yesterday, and was actually at one point the #1 trend in the world. #We want Cody.
This is what I'm saying.
Whether they realize it or not, and if they do realize it, and this was all a smokescreen from the beginning, kudos to them. Okay?
Boy,
absolute kudos, knowing that everybody would react in this way, because they're essentially putting Cody Rhodes on the Daniel Bryan blueprint. Because now you've generated such a buzz, and you've got the fans just clamoring for him to be in that match, that now if he gets added to that match and it's a 3-way, now they look like the biggest saviors in the world. Now everything is right with WWE. There's so much morale. There's so much goodwill. Everything is great. But what if this wasn't expected? What if this flew in the face? Because keep in mind, realistically speaking, one of the most popular wrestlers in the history of WWE is The Rock. Okay. Right. Without question. Everybody knows that. How would they have known that crowds would start rebelling against this stuff? There were some WWE live events that took place last night. I don't know the city where it was, but it was a house show that took place. They showed the Roman Reigns, Cody Rock segment from SmackDown as a video package. And that got How should I say this? A mixed reaction. And by that, I mean the boos were loud. They were extremely loud from the audience.
You cannot spend a year on building up Cody to knock this moment down. Like, this is almost,
dude. I'm telling you, American Bam Bam said it. He has said it, and I have to give him credit. He has gone on record as to say that Roman is going to keep the title for another fucking year. He's going to drop the title in 2025 at the Mania. Just so that they can eclipse Hogan's record, so that they can essentially, wipe him away completely at that point.
Which, by the way, I'm actually okay with.
I don't have any qualms about that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But we all know how WWE loves to replace title reigns and accolades and things like that, so that what's new is always setting the record, which is very smart and a very smart marketing strategy. But yeah, another year of this shit for real.
I'm hoping that there is a swerve.
I would love for, so I mentioned on this show, right when, we were discussing what directions we were going to go for Mania. And every year at a, WrestleMania 10, 20, 30, and now 40, well, WrestleMania 10, 20, and 30, they've always had multi-man matches or mini tournaments for the world title. Mania 10, they had the tournament style. 20 and 30, they had a three-way, a triple threat match. So it would only make sense for them to add Cody into this and make it a three-way, make it a triple threat. And if you really are so inclined, you could have Cody pin The Rock. That way Roman loses his title without ever getting beaten. And you can save those matches, those singles matches, for a future date. So you could go and you could revisit Cody versus Roman, and you could revisit Roman versus Rock. So they do have quite a few things on the table, and it is going to be interesting to see which path they take.
What is your take on Andre's comment here? Is this WWE's way of getting the most eyes on Cody's coronation?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. I think that's the best course of action. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We're just looking at all the comments that are coming in.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. And I do want to preface all of this by saying I'm talking about this as a fan and a viewer of the product. I'm not talking as, somebody that watches the business sense.
Right.
What is best, truly best for business? Yeah, you put Roman and Rock in there by themselves, let them main event night 2 and collect the paycheck. That is without question what the biggest money match is. But in terms of morale for your fans, for your locker room, y'all know what the real answer is. But
let me say this.
What is the right answer? What is the right answer? Obviously, they're beholden to a new ownership group at this point.
Right.
We'll see what they decide on. But yeah, I think heavily Impact that you're going to end up going home after night 2 of Mania, watching Roman Reigns defeat The Rock in the main event.
For the title? Yeah. And then American Bam Bam says, hey, put Cody out there again. Let him win a Rumble again. Let him lose to Roman again. Those were all questions. 100% Roman beats Rock.
Absolutely.
Look, and that's kind of my whole point. I mean,
I hope that Rock doesn't influence that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, listen, I guess if we have to wait another year, we just have to wait another year. It just doesn't make any sense because this is the year. It's going to end up getting to the point where people are not going to care either way if you finish the story or not. Because right now,
that's the biggest fear.
Yeah. You've done a year of building this up. That is the point. When American Bam Bam, who asked the question, if Cody is so great, why does he need The Rock to put him over? He don't. He doesn't need The Rock.
Right.
Cody could easily handle. Everyone has been anticipating this match for I don't know how long. And again, when I purchased my night 2 tickets, it was with anticipation if that's what I was going to see. And to be honest with you, I was expecting a Cody win. Now I'll tell you this: if Cody didn't win, it's all right. Why? Because I went into the match getting a good match, and just because I thought it was going to go one way, it went a different way. That's fine. I don't mind that. But I don't mind it already being laid out to me with the idea of if this match happens with just Roman and Rock, then we already know the conclusion. What's exciting about that? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong,
No.
I don't know.
Ultimately, man, it really just it comes down to what they're going to want to do for business and which path they're going to want to take. At the end of the day, you're still going to have casual fans that'll tune in by the millions. So can they really truly have a wrong answer with this? No, I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, WWE is such a machine that it's just going to keep rolling. And I did find it extremely funny that, especially after Cody got into it with CM Punk on the mic, now I think, we're not too far away from getting a Cody pipe bomb. How many years was that contract that he signed? 4.
Right.
He's already been there. He's coming up on his 2nd year there. So yeah. We'll see.
Why didn't Cody have a different reaction when he was walking away? He almost walked away like that's something he's not wanted to do. How do you go from
absolutely not?
How do you go from I talked to someone who who's in a better position to have this moment, and then you walk away, and I'm looking at you. You don't even feel confident in what you just said. You know what I'm saying,
dude?
Like
dude.
I would.
So here's the thing that I have to tell you, man. Is he was saying those lines, but he didn't mean those lines.
Right.
So obviously those lines were written for him.
Sure.
I guarantee that, the edict came down from the board of directors that this was what was happening. And literally in front of millions of fans, we had to watch Cody Rhodes eat a shit sandwich on live TV in front of millions of people.
And what's crazy is while many folks were cheering The Rock, as the camera is back on Cody, you're feeling sorry. So your emotion is going from exciting to, oh man.
Yep.
But yay!
Because at that point, like I said, from that point on, you completely delegitimized the Royal Rumble. What was the Royal Rumble for then?
Right.
Honestly, that's the thing that blows my mind. Even if he would have put his title, his title shot on the line, have him wrestle. God forbid they would have done this, but I could have even seen them going down even a different route with this. But ultimately, this is the route that they chose. It's mind blowing, and the fact that he was just involved with a little bit of a mix up with CM Punk.
Right.
And seeing how that CM Punk title reign in 2013, when he was running the hottest that he has ever been in the promotion.
Yeah.
And then he drops the title to The Rock at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Just so Rock could carry that title into Mania season. That was the only reason why that happened to CM Punk. And now the exact same thing has happened to Cody Rhodes. with a different set of circumstances.
Shout out to American Bam Bam and said at this point AEW booking logic is now better. And it's funny.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that shit. And I say that as an AEW loyalist.
But I tell you, I guess, listen, I guess you can't always hit 1,000 out, right? You can't ever be 1,000% at batting. You know, this was definitely a mistake. Andre says, hey, and now Elimination Chamber is meaningless for the men. Does it set up Gunther's opponent? None of this flows from a storyline perspective. You know what? Maybe this whole shit with Vince is just fucked up a lot of what's going on right now.
Maybe.
Yeah, seriously, like
you think?
I'm just saying, you know, because they've been doing great, and now it's like this past week is like, wait, huh? Wait, we doing what now? So
it's ridiculous, man. Like Andre hit the nail on the head. You know, with the chamber being meaningless for the men, like what. You've literally backed yourself into the biggest corner that I can remember WWE backing themselves into with this move. And the sad part is, if from their perspective, is there's no right answer. Because whatever direction that they go, they're going to piss off some segment of the fans.
Right.
You know, whether it's, I'll tell you, whatever match Cody is involved in at Mania should kick off the show. That honestly, it needs to kick off the show, because if it doesn't, the crowd is going to sit there and they're going to chant for Cody through the entire show, especially if it's on night 2.
Yeah.
It can't be on the same night as Roman and Rock. It has to be on night 1. And quite honestly, I would lead with that match if I'm setting the match order. What do I know? What do I know, though?
And even though Seth made a great case about the title he holds, and Roman just shitted on it, which he should have.
Yep. Dude,
but
it's a participation trophy. That's all that fucking is.
But Cody also agreed with Roman.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were to really put him in a match with Seth, it'll make a great match, but that's not what this is about. And this is the reason why when it first came up in the ring with Seth, the fans just flat out said no. Now, granted, when he got done, they were kind of like, okay, I guess, maybe.
Well,
but they wasn't.
Also because Cody's beaten him 3 times. Like they've wrestled, 2 or 3 times?
Yeah.
And Cody's beaten him every single time.
Right.
Including once with a torn fucking pec.
That's right.
Dude, that's one thing that cannot be forgotten. Cody Rhodes wrestled a match, a 20-minute match, a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
With a torn fucking pec muscle.
Right.
And
so now imagine him at 100%.
Exactly. Well, keep in mind, so he's going to go through the fire for you.
And
he's going to go to war for you.
Yeah.
And that's how you're going to repay him. Oh, well, Rock's just going to take your place. It's like, what? They had the opportunity to make Cody Rhodes. And quite honestly, they still can if they play their cards right.
Well, let's, I guess what we'll do is we'll table this, because they have.
Dude, I got to hear about your trip to the Rumble.
Yeah. And dude, I had good seats, the 100 level, right above first base. And, although I was pretty much looking at their backs as they was coming out from the back, from where it was at where the ring was positioned was actually that bad. Mm-hmm. And from what I learned, which I didn't know, because I don't know much about baseball fields, but apparently Tropicana Field is one of the smallest baseball fields of all the fields. So it did look like that. Now, I've done events before and baseball fields, and if you're sitting out there in third or second base, you could be looking pretty far from the ring and can't see anything. You know what I mean? Yep. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't in that situation this time, and I wasn't. But the show was hype, And by the way, I decided to get my tickets before CM Punk was even known to come back. you know, before we had all of the different excuse me, excitement of folks coming in. Uh I had no idea. And so it was just something that it just felt like it was going to end up being a really good show. And with the hopes that maybe Cody might end up taking that win. Um, maybe some of the others might end up getting a win. Drew, I thought maybe there's a possibility that he could have got it. Gunther thought it was really a possibility that he could have got it. It could have went any way. So I didn't know which way they were going to go.
Yeah.
So the show was exciting though, man. When you hear that many thousands of fans, just when the pop comes from anyone that you just wasn't. I mean, even Naomi, it was exciting to hear that. Of course, CM Punk just blew the house down, when he came out. This is what makes Rumble exciting.
Oh yeah.
And you're just to see, and I was even happy to see Jordan Grace. I know many of the fans didn't know, but I was a person who watched Impact Wrestling. It was exciting. Maybe it was the only one in my section. Yeah, Jordan. But
dude, I was gonna say, man, you had to have loved that, man.
I loved it. I was like, what? And I love it now. And I love the idea when they bring the title down too. That is great. I just think that's awesome. So hopefully WWE continues to do that. And I'll even throw it out there a little bit more. We don't have to do this whole forbidden door thing, but maybe even allow other promotions bring in their champions too. Not everybody in, but maybe a Royal Rumble, you get someone from some other promotion that's just a big shock. Like, what? Because it's not going to hurt WWE. It's not from this point.
Not at all.
And so what if you want to claim that it's going to build up? Listen, when they had who was God, her name done slipped my mind from Royal Rumble last year from TNA.
Mickie
She was
James?
Mickie James. Believe me, when she came back, Impact Wrestling numbers didn't just fly out of the roof because now she showed up on WWE TV. Same thing with Jordan Grace. It's not like that TNA numbers are going to fly out of the roof. So, if anything, I just think it's just great to acknowledge other people in the industry. I think that
absolutely
would be really great. Right. No, they're not going to win it. No, we know that. But the acknowledgement of bringing in their belts and whoever and let them do what they do, I just think that would be exciting. So I loved it, man. I love Rumble. It's not something I always do. It's not my must-see. My must-thing is Mania. I've been to practically all of them for the exception of when that old flu came around. And so I didn't jump on that one. But since then, man, it's just it's exciting. And to know Vegas is going to get one, I might go all out, man. I may have to. I don't know. Oh man, yeah, I might be late on my mortgage for how long?
I was gonna say, take out that second mortgage, man.
Yeah, because I need a chair. I need front row seats.
Oh yeah. if ever there was a time to do it, honestly,
I might actually retire going to Manias. This would be a good way to just say, you know what, I've done it all. Done. Yeah.
There you go.
What's the point? What's the point going forward?
You're never gonna have better seats.
Exactly.
I feel you. 10K, man. 10K.
10K, man. I don't know
how let's set up the GoFundMe right now.
Pretty much. Oh man. Well, that's kind of where I'm at, man, with this whole thing, and it's good to see. Just to I did mention Matt earlier in our chat. This is kind of what he said. I'll just read it exactly how it says, okay? Because I wasn't in this discussion. This was a discussion between you and Rob, who's not on our show tonight. But you guys were really talking about the same thing as what we were talking about. And then Matt just says, Jesus Christ, the biggest fucking star in entertainment is bringing the biggest spotlight on this event, and poor Cody. ask Cody if he enjoys money or would he rather be wrestling a Japanese star on a Ring of Honor show where he is the quote top star, end quote. It's the fucking Rock, and it's not good enough because Cody, in parentheses, I am never wrestling for the AEW Heavyweight Championship by choice, in parentheses, won't get to beat Roman at Mania? And if he did everyone would be bitching that it was so obvious Cody had to win, which everyone was saying last year anyway. Fuck it. Bring in Cena to face Seth and bump Cody. Then Cody can lose to Gunther in the IC match. So there's a lot there that he put in. And I understand what Matt's saying, and most times we kind of agree because we like the same product. But bringing in your biggest star at this time, I just think was the mistake.
Yep.
Would someone say, is that a mistake if they're making all of this money and blah 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 blah? Well, no, according to their ledger, it's the greatest decision ever. But we're talking about in terms of keeping everything just making sense. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's what we love so much about the product. I think what's been bringing fans to WWE events and keeping it so entertaining and lively is because the story just continues to. I mean, I was just thinking, I'm really excited. I haven't talked about this much. I'll just talk about it a little bit. I am excited about the Bayley match because this was something that was really long-term booking. I never thought that when she had came out with Io and Dakota, and that was like maybe 2 Manias, was it? Ago?
Yeah.
I would have never thought. I mean, that started there and it ended this past Friday Night SmackDown. Think about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the point where now Bayley is getting a shot, and it's well deserved for Bayley to be getting this women's title shot at Mania. And I hope I get a chance to see that. Knowing them, they're going to put that on night 1 when I got tickets for night 2, but whatever, if that's the case. Nevertheless, we just got to see where this goes. Hopefully, maybe they will throw Cody in to make it a 3-way. Hell, you know what would be awesome is if The Rock says, "Hey, The Rock listens to the people, and The Rock's going to step back."
Ultimately that's the best case scenario ending for this is if that happens. But ultimately at the end of the day, will they do that? I don't think they will. I could see Cody being added to the match to make it a 3-way.
Right.
But I don't see it being Cody versus Roman one-on-one. I don't think we're going to get there at this point again. Because, I mean, keep in mind, even still for the 3-way, you could have Roman pin The Rock.
Yeah.
You know, so you could have that happen. That way it's still, you know, it's not Cody eating the pin. Realistically, The Rock doesn't lose anything by this. And he could also claim, oh, well, it was, you know, it wasn't one-on-one, so we need to run this back at SummerSlam, and then you get Rock versus Roman at SummerSlam one-on-one. I mean, that's the thing that stands out to me.
I don't know how true it is that he's really trying, that this whole Roman keeping the belt is to get past Hogan's number.
That's exactly what it is. That's well, so that's not initially what it was about. I'm almost guaranteeing, but
if
now that this milestone is so close, it really, it leads me to believe that they're just going to pull, you know, so that they're going to push full steam ahead.
So to understand that, then were we pretty much then setting up for Cody to lose this match if he was going to face Roman then anyway? So now he's going to piss off even more fans as well.
I mean, ultimately, from a fan perspective, the best thing to do is to have Cody beat Roman at WrestleMania.
Right.
But if that's not going to happen and we're going to go the business route, then keep it as it is. Keep Roman and Rock confined to night 2. And I know you don't want to hear that, but have that happen. Have Cody and Seth go on night 1. And have Roman continue to hold the title past SummerSlam, and just, have it be another year of bloodline bullshit at the top of the show.
Yeah, Jim had questioned me here, saying why else would they keep it on Roman if it wasn't for what you were saying, and he followed that up by saying if it wasn't for the record, they would have taken it off him months ago. And yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily know that's why they were keeping it on him. But all my point is that if that is the case, then why then that brings a different question. Then why are fans pissed off then that Cody is not going to be in this particular match? Because then he was going to take that L. So you can't if you
most people don't pay any attention to that stuff, though. Most people don't pay attention to the records and the lists and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah. Because I don't pay attention to any of that.
and again, as we've mentioned on this show, AEW caters to hardcore wrestling fans. WWE has shown that they cater to casual wrestling fans and people that are just barely outside of the WWE universe, to try to entice them to come into the WWE universe, which I get. And it makes all the marketing sense in the world, all the capitalistic sense in the world. I totally get it. But you're going to be dealing with marks that aren't paying attention to title reigns. You're going to be dealing with, people that are not going to look as in depth into these matches, the match decisions. Why did they book things in a particular way? Oh, look, that's Black Adam. That's The Rock. I haven't seen him wrestle before, but he's going to be on WrestleMania this year. I might check it out. That kind of thing. That's what they're, going
I guess my question is, if that is the case, why would WWE, why would not the, Michael Cole or, Corey be pumping up this idea of that number being closed? They've pumped up other numbers that he's about to surpass. So I haven't heard anything about what he's about to do with Hogan's number at all. So it's going to be,
because if they even mention it, then that plants the seed in the back of your mind that no one's going to beat him for that until he gets that accolade, until he takes over that record.
I see.
So they don't even want to plant that seed until after the WrestleMania match.
Well, then it looked like we were going to be fucked either way then, because you have that, or if you use Rock and Rock's going and he's going for a title, the same thing's going to happen there. I mean, I guess what were we expecting then?
They're damned if they do and damned if they don't, man. They've booked themselves into a corner, and now they're going to have to deal with the results. It'll be interesting.
It will be.
That's fucking sarcasm. At least it better be. Otherwise, you're banned.
And for those that are not watching us, American Bam Bam typed in, hold up, Roman being champion has been nothing but fabulous. Acknowledge him. Hey, I'm a fan of Roman. I don't want it to sound like I'm not. So, when he says acknowledge me, my little one finger goes up too. So, City, put your finger up, man. Put your finger up. Acknowledge him.
Nope.
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 All right. Shout out to everybody for hanging out with us as we finally got this off our chest here. Boy, we would have had Rob on his show. We'll be talking another 2 hours. We'll be going into our third hour.
Oh yeah, we'd be doing a marathon stream.
Right. Yeah. You guys would have had to click in different hours just to see, where we're at, in our hate for what's taking place. But and I'm sure you're going to hear it next week. I'm sure he's going to still let it rip at some point, but we'll control.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, exactly. Nevertheless, though, thank you all for hanging out with us. We totally appreciate that. I'm gonna let you get your final thoughts, Sin City Steve. I know if you're in Vegas, near Vegas, Super Bowl, of course, is coming up next weekend. I didn't even think about that, man. I know you won't be on the show. I'm thinking, am I gonna be on the show? I forgot about the Super Bowl, but we'll probably still be here anyway, for some reason, unless the guys decide not to. But it is Super Bowl Sunday, and so we do recognize that. But also this week, Collision AEW is in town at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson. So if you happen to be nearby, seats are pretty cheap, and
$20. $20 gets you in the door.
Yeah. And so I might have to check this out, man, for $20. You got me, TK. $20.
There you go.
At this point, if I just put out a 10, will he let me in? It's $10.
You know what? Probably. Probably. It wouldn't surprise me.
Right. Fuck it, man. Just come on in. Don't tell nobody I let you get in. Oh, man. Yeah, so that would be great, man, to come check out if you happen to be in the area for that. And outside of that, that's all I got, man. What would you like to say out there, Sin City?
So really quick, I do have to get a score prediction from you, and also, how do you feel about it being the Niners and the Chiefs playing in the Super Bowl in the Raiders Stadium?
Well, they got to play in somebody's stadium, But listen, I tell you, I went into this. I think as a Raider fan, we have expectations about our team until we have our moment like Detroit, okay, where we like, oh my God, this might actually happen. Like if that would have happened for us this year, this would have been horrible. Okay.
Yeah.
But because we're the same Raiders as we always tend to be, hopefully there'll be some changes. We got a new coach. We got a lot of different staffing changes that took place, and we'll see what happens in the next season. But you know what? In terms of what we have now, listen, I'm a West Coastie, so I'm gonna cheer for the 49ers to win. Most of my relatives all live in Kansas City. So if my cousin happens, she sometimes listens to our show. I'm just letting you know right now, I don't like the Chiefs, and I want them to go down in flames. Okay, I'm just telling you that right now, cuz letting you know that. Just gotta let her know, man, because she always be throwing those Chiefs at me, man. Damn.
Yeah, man. I unfortunately I'm thinking that the Chiefs are gonna actually win the Super Bowl, and then immediately right there at the 50-yard line, man, the script is out there. WWE ain't the only scripted sporting event out there. So it wouldn't surprise me if after the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Travis Kelce drops to one knee, pops a question to Taylor Swift right there in front of millions and millions and millions of people. It'll be the biggest PR stunt in the history of the NFL.
Well, listen, if he does do that, I hope she knows in advance, because if she don't, she might just tell him no.
But yeah, man, we'll see what happens. But all predictions aside, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all the stuff that you guys do. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, a very special shout out and thank you to all the brave men and women serving this country, whether you're doing it on lands foreign or domestic. Thank you for doing what you do so that we can do what we love to do. And last but not least, repsports.com, reppsports.com. Go there for all your pre-workout, weight loss, and general energy needs. Again, that's repsports.com. Use promo code Vegas at checkout and save yourself 15%.
Awesome. Thanks. Thank you much right there, Sin City. Like we say, we will do this. We'll be doing this for the whole month of February. We'll be back. I want to shout out. I wish I had the last couple of times we've been doing this. We have planned some things for around Black History, and we didn't get a chance to do any of that. So hopefully maybe next week or so I could just kind of mention a few things. So I never want to not mention that during this particular time. But we look forward to being back on Super Bowl Sunday, and we'll just go from there. So until then, y'all take care, and happy wrestling to you all.